everyone! This week I'm going to be mostly making blondies from Claire Saffitz' book, What's for Dessert. But I'm going to make a change. Her blondie recipe is actually titled Salted Cashew Blondies, but I hate having nuts in my brownies, so I'm assuming I will in my blondies as well. I've never actually made blondies before, but as I love chocolate chip cookies and blondies are basically just the batter from that, which is my favorite part anyway, I can't see why I wouldn't love these as well. So I'm going to use her blondie recipe from What's for Dessert, but instead of using cashews, I'm going to use the butterscotch candy recipe that she used when she made butterscotch blondies on her YouTube channel. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to do brown sugar. I'm going to do the vanilla extract at the end because I don't want it, since I'm doing vanilla extract and not vanilla bean paste, I don't want it to get all evaporated, melted. So the first thing we're going to do is just make the candy that's going to go inside the blondies. So I just put in some butter, some brown sugar, and some salt. And then we're gonna cook that until it's all good and melted. And then we're gonna put it in the freezer so that it gets hard enough to break into pieces. I think she did incorporate a little bit of water. If she didn't, I'm going to, just to help get things moving along a little bit. We're going for 260, and I knew that we were nowhere close, but just wanted to see where we were. Making sure I have the thermometer in, but not touching the bottom of the pan. That 260. Take it off. And now pour it over here. Now I'm gonna go and put this in the freezer. Oh, okay, so I forgot to add in the vanilla. So we're going to gently put this back in the pan. Being careful not to burn ourselves. But since vanilla is a key flavor component, I don't really want to forget it. So this is what we're doing. Bring that back over there. Turning this back on to heat it up for a second. It is like wicked hot. And we'll just mix that in really well. And then we're going to pour it back out. Okay, let's try this again. It looks good. Spread this back out again. I don't want to touch it because that's an instant burn. All right, now we're going to put it in the freezer. First things first, we're going to brown the butter. While I'm browning the butter, I'm going to start my oven preheating. think this is where a professional chef tells you that the bubbles are just water boiling off. I'm just going to take their word for it. Ooh, you can start to see in the middle there, we're starting to get some color. So now we really need to pay attention. This is where I actually like a silver pan as opposed to these dark pans that we have, but this is what I got. Alright, I think I saw flashes of dark color down there. It's hard to see through the foam. But we're gonna pull it. My instinct says pull it, so that's what we're doing. Oh yeah. That pan is hot. Oh yeah, you can see that dark color in there. I maybe could have let it go a little bit longer, but I definitely didn't want it to burn. Alright, we're moving over here. She calls for light brown sugar, so that's what we're gonna do, but I'll be honest, I usually prefer to work with dark brown sugar. Where are my scissors? Found the scissors. I'll be honest, usually even when a recipe calls for light brown sugar, I almost always use dark brown anyway, because some molasses is nice. More molasses is almost always better. Okay. Don't splatter it. There we go. We're looking for a smooth and thick mixture. Well, I don't know how smooth it's gonna get. But there weren't any lumps in the brown sugar, so I think we're gonna call that good enough. Oh, and the oven's up to temperature. Perfect. Because what you want is to be in a hot kitchen in the middle of August. Perfect. Alright, now we need eggs. Straight from the fridge, thank goodness, because I am notorious for forgetting to take ingredients out that need to be up to room temperature. Let's see, does that look satiny? Sure. Vanilla, and then the flour, and then the salt. Upside, my bowl is not too small. That looks good. Good. Took this out of the freezer, and it looks pretty good. Breaks easily, which is good. Some of this is weird because I had to scrape it back into the pan. That was embarrassing. But it comes off the silpat pretty easily. It's more sticky than anything else. It's not like it's stuck, just sticky. Well, this breaks up. Oh, pretty easily. Yeah, freezing this definitely helped. I'm working pretty quickly because I suspect that as this gets warm, and it is very warm in the kitchen, that it'll get harder to cut and just get gooey. Now we're going to assemble. Alright, so we're going to put half of the batter in the pan. She says to use a metal pan if you have one. I don't, so glass it is. I did do her little parchment paper trick. I'm going to take a bunch of this and sprinkle it around. I think I'm going to end up with extra toffee bits. This is not a problem. We're going to do the rest of the batter on top. This is a very thick batter. I'm trying to cover those toffee bits as best I can, and then we'll stud a few onto the top. Trying to pick out some bigger pieces. And now we bake. Okay, we're looking for deep golden brown and firm to the touch. Seems good. Oh, she says let this cool completely in the pan and then cut them. So let the cooling begin. Alright, we're supposed to be able to just pop it right out. That worked really well. I admit, I had my doubts. She says to cut this into 16 pieces. So, 2, 3, that's like basically a 4x4. These are probably not going to be perfectly even, but that's okay. I did let them cool completely in the pan, as instructed, which I have to admit was really hard, because I've been wanting to make these since, I don't know, February or something, when I saw that this recipe existed. The toffee on the edges is a little hard, but otherwise it's pretty easy to cut through. So here's my review. Claire says that this recipe is easy to make, and I would agree. It's definitely easier than the pudding that I made from her book recently. Mike said it would go well with coffee, but it would be even better with chocolate. So for you chocoholics out there, just make brownies. He said that he liked the butterscotch flavor, but felt that the butterscotch candy was too much of the same flavor. But since butterscotch is my favorite flavor, I was totally fine with this. It's super rich and sweet. So if you are not a person who likes super sweet desserts, then this probably isn't for you. Nat Cat just got braces, so she didn't try it because she was afraid that the candy would be too sticky. But honestly, I think she probably could have. Except for the pieces around the edge of the Blondie, the butterscotch pretty much melts in your mouth when you eat it, and it doesn't stick to your teeth in the same way that chewy caramel can. Overall, I would recommend this recipe to beginners and experienced cooks, and I will definitely be making it again. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any recipes that you'd like to see me try, please put them in the comments and I'll do my best to try them. And please subscribe if you're interested in following more adventures in baking. Thanks!